Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Kovar with the Harris County ESD 11 EMS. We're here with Chief Buck with the Woodlands Fire Department to talk a little bit about back to school safety, particularly e-bikes, e-scooters, and what we're seeing out there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Chief Buck, tell us a little bit about some of the unique challenges we have here in the Woodlands with e-scooters and e-bikes.
What we're seeing, especially at the junior high school level, is so many parents have equipped their kids with these e-scooters and some of the e-bikes. The fact that they can go so fast, and in the woodlands with our pathways and our trees, we have limited sight distances. Our pathways were designed to not have speeds over 10 miles an hour. We see so many collisions in intersections and near misses in intersections. They come out of the tree screen, cars are turning right, the kids don't yield right away. Knowing those rules of the road when you're in junior high school. These e-scooters that go between 20 and 30 miles an hour so quickly, were not designed for the pathways that we have in the woodlands. And also we're giving them to our teenagers that don't have any good understanding of the rules of the road. But yet our parents are putting them on for 2-3 mile commutes to the local junior high schools through back to school traffic, which is so busy. And so we want to continue to get that message out for the parents to understand how important it is to teach your children the rules of the road if you're going to put them on that, and helmets as well. 75% of the accidents that we ran in the last year, the people either on bicycles or e-scooters or e-bikes were not wearing helmets. What we're seeing here in the woodlands is with not allowing motorized vehicles on the pathways, that pushes the kids out into the roadways where it is legal. However, they don't have the good concepts and practices for the rules of the road. And that's why we're trying to educate parents and make them understand that they need to help educate their kids and understand where they can and can't go on these devices.
So I've lived here in the Woodlands, I've raised my kids here, grandkids, and I bought them e-scooters and e-bikes, and just talk a little bit about, some of the specifics that we're seeing here, what you really want the parents to know.
Again, we just want to make sure the parents understand how quick these bikes are. Even as pedaling as hard as I can on my bicycle, for me to get above 12 or 13 miles an hour, very difficult. These e-scooters can easily go between 20 and 30 miles an hour depending on the brand. That allows you to get yourself into trouble exponentially quicker. The fact that if you're going to be on these e-bikes and e-scooters, wearing a helmet is crucial to keeping yourself safe. And then understanding and teaching them the rules of the road that you should not have to worry about when you're on the pathways. In the pathways in the woodlands, no motorized vehicles are allowed. So that is pushing the kids into the roadways and understanding that you're trying to navigate traffic, rules of the road, getting around cars that are turning.
What about the e-bikes in the bike lanes? I mean, we have the walking paths. And again, so it's a motorized vehicle, It's not authorized for the walking paths, but we have a lot of bike lanes too. They're right there with the regular traffic. How do the interaction with the e-bikes and the bike lanes and the general traffic, affect what you're seeing out there?
I'm gonna have to defer because we don't have any bike lanes in the woodlands. So they're on the roadways at that point.
So we're here with Nancy De La Fuente with Harris County Public Health, and we have seen an explosion of e-bikes, e-scooters out there. We've also seen a lot of injuries. Can you talk us a little bit about the data you have and exactly what the impact has been?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that when we first started looking, so our program deals a lot with pedestrian and traffic safety and bicycle safety. When we started going to these events in the community, we started seeing a lot of e-bikes, which kind of made us start thinking, okay, is this really what kids are using? So, which kind of prompted us to have the opportunity to present at TechStot at their safety conference. And in it, we were able to extract some data from emergency rooms. All that to say that what we found was alarming, right? And we're looking at these numbers, 2025, 198, right? And the number kept increasing every year. We're most likely going to surpass that number this year. And it has a lot to do with, yes, the injuries are increasing, but so is the use of these bicycles.
And you talked a little bit about the age range that you're seeing these injuries in.
Yes, they're school-age children, 5 to 17, mostly males, right? But at the same time, that was a shocking part where I knew kids used it, I just didn't realize how much they used it.
Right. And the injury patterns in children are unique. Again, they don't have the body mass, they don't have the muscle mass, they don't have the bone development that older adults do to prevent some severe internal injuries. You take a child with a normal childhood toy, a scooter or a bicycle, and you motorize it. Now you've got an electric motor with instantaneous torque, with double, triple, quadruple sometimes the achievable speeds, and you're asking for trouble.
Correct. And a lot of it comes with lack of education, right? So I know that's something that we've talked with our colleagues is you're putting children on e-bikes that probably never learned how to ride a regular bicycle, right? And now you've given them that speed factor. So that usually means, children want to play. Children want to use these bicycles to get to point A, point B. And a lot of the times that use is what, we're not saying e-bikes are bad. We're just saying to use them properly and safely.
So we're here with Wayne Arrington of Arride. So Wayne, would you walk us through a little bit about what's here, what's out there, what people have, and how to make a selection and operate them safely?
Okay, absolutely. So basically, e-bikes are regulated by the state. And the state laws say that you can go up to 20 miles an hour with a throttle-only mode, 28 miles an hour in pedal assist, a maximum motor capacity of 750 watts. So that's what street legal e-bikes are, meaning you can ride them on the street, doesn't require a driver's license, doesn't require registration. The unfortunate part is it doesn't require age limit either, which is probably something we need to work on. But when you look at, so a lot of the problems that are being created out there today are being created by what we call the e-motos. And e-motos are being referred to as e-bikes, but they're really not. This particular bike you're looking at has a speed of 37 miles an hour, and it's instant. The bike next to it is a traditional e-bike that is street legal, and the easiest way to tell the difference between the two is this bike has pedals, whereas the e-moto does not have pedals. And it's all about education. We need to educate the young people. We need to educate their parents. What's legal, what's not legal. Make sure they understand the traffic laws and things of that nature.
Talk a little bit about what the e-bikes are used for, and all the way down to the scooters.
Okay. Absolutely. So the bikes you see here, they're made by Rambo. They're actually hunting bikes. And so they're a little bit over the limit when it comes to being street legal. But again, these are designed for off-road purposes. The three bikes you see here have all-wheel drive, anywhere from dual 500-watt motors to dual 1,000-watt motors. It has a battery on it that what we call the Hellcat here has a 30-amp battery designed to go up to 110 miles. You hook a trailer onto the back of it, you pull your game out of the woods. We have racks on top of it here for your rifles and your bows. So again, this is designed for off-road use for hunting, ranches, that sort of thing. If we look at this bike over here made by Aventon, this is actually what we call a cargo bike. You can actually put a rack on the back of it where you can carry a couple of kids back here. You can put child seats on the back of it. And it's, again, cargo, you can load it up, go to the grocery store, pick up your groceries, things of that nature. Our next bike over here is made by Troxus. It's called the 2-Up. And this bike is designed to ride two people. So again, these two bikes are what we call street legal. So you can ride them on the street, doesn't require registration, doesn't require a driver's license, and they're free to ride on the street. And then our next bike, this is a true mountain bike. So some of the differences between this bike and the others is this has a mid-drive motor. Mid-drive motor gives it more torque. 29-inch wheels make it much easier to roll over objects. And it even has what we call a drop seat on it. So again, a true off-road bike. The next bike over, the black bike here, again made by Troxus, called the Explorer. It is basically an all-around bike. You can take it off-road. It has fat tires. It's good for the beach. Has a 750 watt Bufang motor in the rear, a 20 amp Samsung cell battery, uh, front suspension, suspension seat, and again, good for off-road or all-round riding. And the next bike is our white bike there is called the Lynx. Well, this particular bike, I find it more ladies buy this bike than anything else because it sits lower. It's got smaller wheels on it. It's easier to get on and off. A good all-round trail bike as well as street bike. And when we talk about commuting, some of these bikes go up to 110 miles between charges. So you've got a lot of flexibility there to get to work. Uh, One of the neat things about e-bikes, it takes about 50 cents to charge an e-bike, which equates to about half a cent a mile. So they're one of the most cost-effective modes of transportation we have out there today.
So we're really here to talk about the safe and appropriate utilization. And one of those things is the right equipment. Some of the main equipment is a helmet. Whether you're going slow or whether you're going fast, you need to protect your head. The majority of the severe injuries that we're seeing, the life-changing injuries, are head injuries. There's a lot of different types of helmets. Helmets are kind of set up for the different utilizations. Talk a little bit about what's out there to help the families kind of make some selections for the appropriate helmet for this activity.
Absolutely. So these helmets that you see over here and the American flag helmet on the other side, these are really designed for bikes, for the e-bikes and things of that nature to help protect the head. And then we have a couple of other helmets over here. Those are really designed for the e-motos, the bikes that are doing 37 to 50 miles an hour out there. You really need more protection. You've got goggles that come with those. They come with gloves to protect your hands and things of that nature. They could certainly be used on e-bikes as well, but most of what people you see on e-bikes, they're going to wear these types of helmets, a bicycle helmet. Technology has changed dramatically. And the laws are very vague when it comes to scooters. Basically, they're saying, hey, these are street legal. You can ride them on the street up to 35 miles an hour. Those laws were created during the moped days. You could actually take your moped out on the street, ride it in the traffic and everything else. And those laws haven't changed. So you can take any of these scooters, if they'll go that fast, and drive up to 35 miles an hour on the street. That being said, you need to wear a helmet. Again, it's all about education. You need to educate the parents and the teenagers out there.
So what we learned is that electric vehicles, e-scooters, e-bikes, e-motos, etc., are here to stay. They're fun, they're exciting, but there are some risks involved. You need to make sure that you educate yourself well about the appropriate device, your family members, the appropriate protection that you need to do, the local traffic laws, where you can operate them, where you can't operate them. ebikesmart.org is a website to go to get more information, more education, and to operate safe. So if you have a question you'd like us to answer here on Hey Dr. K, please reach out. For the Harris County ESD 11 Mobile Healthcare Service, I'm Dr. J. Kovar.